don't see that every day. This why I'm here?
You ain't seen nothing yet. Come on.
The perfect package when we discuss about portable consoles. But in this review, we will discuss only about the Sony PS Vita first generation.
Let me see. Right here. Relax. It's turquoise. It's a clip of some kind. Style matches the symbol at the rope bridge.
Cliff Schmidt. You know what this thing is worth? It's just the beginning. Come on. This way.
So this is Sony PS Vita, the first generation, that model PCH-1000, and I have here my other consoles because you know I love portable consoles. I have Nintendo Switch, the new Nintendo 3DS XL, and now Sony PS Vita. In the past, I had, as you probably know, another PS Vita, the second generation, that PCH 2000, but now I went back to this first generation, and immediately I will tell you why. I love more this first generation because it looks better, it feels great, it's a more premium device, and it has an OLED screen. The second generation has a better battery, 1 hour of gameplay extra than this, but the screen, it's not OLED, it's an LCD. Don't get me wrong, even on the second generation you have beautiful colors, everything is great, but you don't have this OLED screen with these vibrant colors, and it's making a huge difference. um, Also, you will ask probably about the games. As you can see here, we have games even in present launched this month. So don't worry. I know there are a few games still releasing, but it's an example that PS Vita, it's not a terminated, a closed project. Even if they don't make any more these consoles. So my advice, if you find something like this, take one. I found this one, it was very cheap, and I received also these 3 games and a wall charger, and is the first generation with this OLED screen, with these vibrant colors, and with this more uh, premium feeling overall on the entire console. Because as I said, this first generation, it's made better than the second, which it seems to be a bit cheaper um, when you use it. This is my experience anyway. I like better this first generation anyway. So this is it. This is how it looks. Even it's an used product, it looks great. More than 90 percentage. Um, it looks better. It looks great. It has only some minor scratches. Nothing bad. I'm glad that I found this PS Vita first generation. Um, it's still in 2020, almost 2021 now. You will find these portable consoles still on sales, on second hand, of course. But my advice, take one because it's a great device. It's still a super powerful device. You have here the specs for the device. You can find a lot of games. Here is the space where you can insert the games, the cartridge. It looks like the cartridge from the Nintendo Switch, by the way. This is the console. You have here the space for the cartridge, for an accessory like a webcam. You have on-off button, volume buttons, left-right buttons. Here you don't have ZL or ZR buttons, but you don't need in games such buttons. Here at the bottom you have the charging port. It's a proprietary port here on the first generation. On the second generation you have a micro USB. Also here you will find a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, and also the space for a micro SD card, also Sony proprietary. um, this is it. On the front, you have a 5-inch OLED screen, multi-touch capacitive screen. On the back, this is something that I always liked on PS Vita. You have a touchpad, a 5-inch touchpad. That's great because you can use it in games. And here in the on the front you have the speakers, stereo sound, two speakers, and also here is the PS button. Just press it to go in home screen, double press it for multitasking, press it and hold for shortcuts, and here on the back it's that 5-inch touchpad. In games this is marvelous. You can interact better in games. You have a lot of games which will ask you to use this touchpad. For example, if you want to climb or to climb on a row, you can use that touchpad panel, and the experience it's it's very interesting. um, I will show you immediately a gameplay where you can use that touchpad. The overall experience in games it's fantastic. You have hundreds and hundreds of games, beautiful games with gorgeous graphics. Many of them you will find them in the present on Nintendo Switch. By the way, this PS Vita, uh, I would say it's a perfect device in 2020, even in 2021, to enjoy a lot of beautiful games. The experience it's marvelous. Let me show you the touchpad panel here on the back, how it's in game, how is in games, and after that I will tell you my experience with this PS Vita. So as I said, you can interact in games and you can use that touchpad panel. It's very responsive and it's very well placed there on the back. You can do a lot of actions without interacting with the front screen and without covering the front screen, and it's a great experience. The graphics in games it's marvelous for a device created in December 2011. um, it's impressive to play games like this. I don't know why they don't make these games anymore in the present. Why they don't offer them on Nintendo Switch, for example. Not this one because it's created by Sony. Anyway, you will find a lot of games with perfect graphics for a portable device. Um, so in this way you can interact, for example, with the touch screen on this OLED capacitive screen, or you can use the buttons in games, but you can use also the touchpad on the back of this portable console. In this way, for example, if you want to climb here, just use the buttons or use the touch panel on the back. In this way, it it's an interesting experience, something like this. As you see, the game it's responding. Anyway, the experience in games is fantastic for a device, as I said, created in December 2011. um, Now you will ask, what to buy, Nintendo Switch or PS Vita? Obviously, in the present, go with a Nintendo Switch because you will have more games, better graphics. Um, but if you find the PS Vita, especially the first generation, my advice, go for it, take it, because it's a marvelous device. Even now you will have a lot of games. You'll have a great experience in games, and you know, from my perspective, I love portable consoles. From my experience, from my perspective, the perfect package is this Nintendo Switch, PS Vita, and the new 3DS XL. And in this way, you will have the complete package, the perfect experience for portable consoles. I love more these portable consoles than PS5, for example, or PS4 or Xbox. Anyway, this is from my perspective. Anyway, the PS Vita first generation is still a super powerful device. It rocks in 2020 and why not 2021? And I'm just I'm impressed with this device. It will offer you a fantastic experience in games, and it's well made. It's a premium device for gameplay, and you can't replace this experience with anything else. And by the way, you can use your PS3 or PS4 to link it here and to have games for your from your console directly here via mirror screen, so you can play a game from your PS4 directly here on your PS Vita. How cool is that? From my perspective, it's unique. So this is it. This is PS Vita first generation with OLED screen, a marvelous device.